Somali Americans in Minnesota last month took part in a town hall involving Democratic and Republican Party representatives, encouraging them to participate in the 2024 election, arguing the stakes are high for them and their grandchildren. During a VOA town hall event in Minneapolis, Somali Americans listened to remarks by panelists from both political parties, who answered questions about the economy, immigration, and foreign policy, explaining what their candidate would do to win the votes of Somali Americans. Economic policy. While many Somali Americans are traditionally Democratic-leaning, there are rising numbers who support former President Donald Trump, crediting him for stronger economic conditions during his presidency, despite concerns over his immigration policies. Faisal Duri, chair of the African Republicans of Minnesota, urged Somali Americans to vote for Trump, stating that Somali Americans, including truck drivers, experienced positive economic conditions during his presidency. Truck drivers' business was thriving, with a high volume of work and plenty of income flowing in. That brought significant money into the community, and they were able to send substantial support to their relatives in Somalia. But under President Joe Biden's term, business was down, and many have been forced to park their trucks, Duri said. Nimo Ahmed, a Democrat and an activist, is the chair of the Somali American Coalition Action Fund. She said there's no way the community will vote for Trump, claiming his policies primarily benefit millionaires. Vice President Kamala Harris will support small businesses, which are essential for many Somali families in Minnesota who run small stores. Trump had focused on supporting millionaires and would continue to do so, but we are middle-class people, and only the Democratic Party truly supports the middle class, Ahmed said. Haben Abdul, director of IATA Leads, an organization that empowers African diaspora women, stressed that it is crucial for everyone to vote. Vote for whoever you choose, but please vote, because your vote reflects your values and who you're negotiating with. Please make your voice heard, Abdul said. On the economy, the other questions posed to the panelists included: why is the U.S. spending billions of dollars on foreign wars while homelessness persists in America? What actions can Harris take to address high interest rates, given the community's desire for affordable homeownership? In response, Duri asserted that the ongoing wars abroad have contributed to rising interest rates. He noted that when Trump was in office, interest rates were low, allowing many Somalis to purchase homes. However, that is no longer the case, as affordability has decreased. If Trump returns to the White House, his first action would be to end the wars and cut foreign aid to Ukraine, rearranging those funds for use within the United States, Duri said. Nimo Ahmed defended Harris on economic policies, asserting that her policies aim to support lower and middle-class Americans. Immigration policy. Trump's plans for mass deportations, as well as tightening immigration policy, are also concerns for Somali Americans, as well as a travel ban that affected many foreign visitors during his last term in office. Community members said they worry reinstating travel bans could halt family reunifications, and mass deportations could impact many Somali residents in the United States. Ahmed, the Democrat Party supporter, said Trump's policies would not be good for Somali American communities. Trump doesn't respect immigrants and has referred to them as poisoning the blood. We must support Harris to prevent deportations so Somalis without legal status can live with dignity here. When Trump talks about poisoning the blood, he's including some Somalis in that group, so we need to protect them, Ahmed said. In contrast, Duri, the Republican panelist, argued that Trump's immigration policies focus on preventing criminals from entering the United States, a benefit to all American communities, including Somalis. The deportation policy targets criminals who bring drugs into the country, which especially harms minorities like us. The focus isn't on Somalis, and each country's rules must be respected, Duri said. Foreign policy. Ahead of the election, opinion surveys have indicated that many American Muslims oppose the Biden administration's handling of the war between Israel and Hamas. During the VOA town hall, some participants questioned why they should support Harris when there seems to have been no significant action in ending the conflict in Gaza. I don't support Biden and Harris for failing to establish a ceasefire in Gaza. It's disheartening, but Trump doesn't have anything for Gazans. Their lives would only be worse if he were to be elected. I prefer Harris's party because they can be held accountable, while Trump's administration lacks that accountability, Democrat Nimo Ahmed said. The war in Gaza began on October 7, 2023, following a terror attack in southern Israel by Hamas, a U.S.-designated terror group. Dury, the pro-Republican activist, argued that the Biden-Harris administration's policies have been tested, and they missed their opportunity to deliver aid to Gaza. If we vote for Harris, we are rewarding someone who has failed. Trump is a strong leader, and he could potentially resolve the Gaza situation quickly, Dury said. Amin Haroon, a lawyer in Minneapolis, said the division of opinion among American Muslims is a significant issue. Some are voting, some are rejecting, and others are supporting different candidates. Unifying the voices of Muslims is essential for expressing their collective thoughts, Haroon said. Abdul, the director of the IATA Leads organization, underscored the importance of voting. Even if you don't vote for the president, you need to participate in local elections. Vote for local seats so that your votes make an impact, Abdul said. Ifra Farah, a town hall attendee, said there should not be a reason to equate the policies of Biden with those of Harris, who she said has her own political agenda. Farah urged participants to vote, stating, "Elections are crucial. If you're a citizen of this country, you should vote because it will benefit you and your children in the future." As the community gears up for these crucial elections, there are dozens of Somali American candidates vying for seats to represent a rapidly growing immigrant community that has exceeded 300,000.